I saw my girlfriend through the window of this like noodle shop, and it was raining, and she looked so beautiful, and I'd had a really good show, and I could just see her in there like crying. She was so like moved. And then I went inside. She's like, "The soup is too spicy." And her eyes were just.
I'm taking pictures of you. I'm taking pictures of everything.
It does look like you enter the archives in a pretty snazzy way. You enter the archives with Judd Apatow.
Yeah. Yeah. Was that a Whiplash?
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is a Whiplash.
I wasn't terribly worried about like following him as a stand-up so much as I was terribly worried about following like the amount of water he displaces as like a name and like.
Yeah.
And this was I mean, that had to be 10 years ago probably.
Yeah, this
8
is
or at least 9. Yeah.
July 20th, 2015.
Yeah, so it was
Yeah.
11 years ago. Yeah. But I remember following him, and Jeremy was like, "Don't worry, you'll be fine." I was like, "Yeah." And I did do well. But it was one of these things you were like, I guess that seemed like a big moment, and it was. But those keep happening if you're doing things right.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
They
Like,
do.
yeah.
And yeah, I mean, Judd's in the archives like a fair amount because he's a genuine fan of stand-up comedy.
He's a historian. Like he's one of the people who's trying to provide comedy history still. Like he
Yeah. He
really.
just did a book.
Yeah.
So he's a genuine student of, practitioner, historian of it.
Yeah, he worked in comedy clubs as a young man.
Yeah.
And also, like, he does the Newhart and Rickles small doc on them. He did the Carlin one. I think who else he did? I think he did he did one on Mel, or was that somebody else?
I think that was him.
Yeah. And then he's got this band for what? So like he's like preserving it.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah, I always liked his vibe when he was on the show. It was always a vibe of like any other stand-up would have, of like assessing how the crowd was, like being responsive to like whatever was going on with them, and that was always really cool to see.
And he's like, for the stature he has and the things he's like done, he's very very chill.
Yeah.
Like very, very
Well,
chill.
that's the thing. He posed for a photo with everybody backstage,
Yeah.
which is like that's a very generous thing to do. And then we've got.
Do you ever like take these photos and like if people didn't know who any of those were, they'd be like, "How are these guys all friends?" like it's like me, Damian, Greg Warren, and Judd, and a part of like this seems like the what was that show, Head of the Class? Like Judd would be our teacher. This seems like one of the posters for that TV show from the 80s where they're like, well, these are all kids in the same class, and that's why they're in this picture together, because they don't seem to have anything else in common visually.
But this is you on stage that night, and I think you end up doing pretty well.
Outside of not having my beard yet,
Yeah.
I think I'm doing pretty well. Like the hair is nice and it's flowing then. Jesus.
Yeah.
I never
Look at that. You got a lot of really good ones.
I kind of look the same.
I think you do. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you do.
It's so weird. How many people talk about like oh, I remember that shirt. Like
It's come up a lot.
Yeah, okay. I figured it might.
It's come up a lot, and I'll be honest, like I'm a little like annoyed about it. I just like I wasn't expecting how much people were gonna talk with great specificity about like a Forever 21 dress.
Yeah. It sounds.
And then so you enter the archives 2015, and then this next photo is in September of 2015, and I think this is Molly Ost. I think it's Molly Ost.
I think it might be Molly Austin. Yeah. That sounds right. If it's not Molly Austin, I don't know who else would put their finger that close to my mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I wonder where that was.
Creek.
Oh.
Yeah, that's the Creek Award.
Oh, I won best Kabin debut that year.
You did?
I still have the owl.
Yeah.
I still have Rebecca the owl.
And what's funny is,
Have you talked about the Creekies?
I have a photo of you at Kabin, but like the prints are like out of order. A little bit. I'm sitting here trying to figure out how they are out of order, but, we're gonna come across the, photos of you at Kabin that won you the Creek Award, like,
Well,
at some point. But this is you at 51st Jokes.
I wonder what I was doing that night. Like, I mean, like, for, like, because it was the whole thing was, like, "This is your first joke of the year,"
Right.
you know?
Yeah.
And then, I remember thinking, like, because I would, like, hear about I'd be listening to podcasts or whatever, and somebody would be like, "We did the Bell House and blah, blah, blah," and I was like, "It's this magical place," you know? And then, like, the first couple of times I did it, I was, like, a little in awe of the venue, you know? And then now I walk in and just like, "Fucking same shit, different week, let's get it done." Like, I don't wanna take it for granted, you know? But you kinda, like, some things just become second nature or whatever, you know?
I mean, but I've always thought that's kind of the point of it. Like, I think we gotta get a supercut going of the number of times I say, like, "Do your reps," or whatever. But, like, to me, like, that's the whole idea like, that's why I love, comedians, because you're just working on the art form a little bit all along every day. You know, you're telling a joke, you're changing it slightly, and just as long as you do it every day, uh you're gonna become really great at it, you
Yes.
know?
I think there is you'll always get better if you're actually trying to do something as opposed to repeating the same thing. Like, you still have, it's like going to I think that's why New York provides the best comedians in the world is because there's just more gym time. There's more stages. There's more places for us to get up, you know? Like, if you wanna be a worker, you can be. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then you get so used to it.
Yeah, and then, like, your endurance level, like, rises. Like, I did 5 shows last night on 'em, and I was like, "I'm not even tired," you know? Like, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, 4. Don't wanna overstate my worth.
And then this is
That might have been from 50, right?
yeah, that's from 50,
Yeah.
and then we're not perfectly I can't figure out how I messed up the photo order, but this is from
I
2016.
still use love this photo. I still have it for you know, like, I always thought, oh, because we did this was after Whiplash. I remember this, and this was that Irish bar that was, like, a little further up? I was like, uh,
Yeah,
uh, because UCB was at
23rd.
and said, yeah, and this was probably, like, a few blocks north at outside that Irish bar. Because I was with Brooks this night too. Uh, yeah, because I remember, like, we got one, and I was like, I can use this one and not feel bad about my body in it when I saw it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look how full my lips are there. I look like I'm getting fucking injections.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love that
Me
one.
too, yeah, yeah.
And that one's from May of 2016, and about how long you think you'd been in the city at that point?
This will be year 11.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, so, uh, I got here, like, the week before Thanksgiving, so that's a little over a year, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I remember, like, Rebecca sat me down when I got in, so maybe a month before, but, like, I remember, like, I was in and out for a second, but Rebecca sat me down, and she was just like we had lunch, and she took me to lunch, and she was like, "What do you need? How can I help?" And because 'cause she'd seen me at other festivals and was, like, really supportive of me, and, has stayed that way.
Yeah.
Uh, but she was like, "Well, just get your managers and reps to, like, get you on some of these shows." And I go, "I don't even have it." She's like, "You're kidding me." She was surprised that I wasn't, like, affiliated with any kinda agency or management yet, and I was like, "Well, that's only for, like, Jim Gaffigan." Like, I was very much like, I was so green, like, I think starting in Portland, the good thing was I was, like, uninhibited, and I got to be, like, a creative person and find my head without watching other people a lot of the time because the internet wasn't affecting comedy in the way that it is now. But I did not ever think of it as a business, like, until, like, many years later. The way I saw people start to move when I got here, I was like, "Oh, Jesus." You know, and I still marvel at people who understand these avenues, like, quickly, like, I'll turn this into this, and, like, I was talking with my manager yesterday because 'cause I'm doing this show and another special, and we were talking about some things, and he goes, "We're gonna wait because when you have these things out, people will be more excited, there's more leverage for you," like, and I was like, "Oh, yeah," as opposed to just, like, ushering something out because it's ready to be out, you know, like,
Yeah.
I know that and that's just a small example, but, like, people who can find these avenues to, like turn their work into other opportunities. I'm very impressed by it, and the way Rebecca was talking about it was like, it was kind of I need to think more about this side and way of things, because like I kind of think the reason I've been able to sustain myself for a bit is like a lot of it is because like I'm good. Like I don't think I'm a particularly uh strong business person, and
Right.
yeah, I'm trying to get better, but I do think like people are just like he can do the job every time. Like I don't think anybody worries about my ability like to get something done, and I don't think they should. I mean I think uh I think my talent is like as and my ability as a stand up is like on par with like anyone's. So I don't really worry about, but like I think that is what has sustained me is like as opposed to some people who I am friends with who are I think they're like solid comedians, but they're like very good at navigating the business of comedy and show business in general and moving forward in that manner.
Yeah.
Yeah. And both are fine. Like I don't think one it like I mean I personally like love the art form and I'm still in love with it. Uh but I have friends who are like, I gotta do a new special, and I'm like, you don't even sound like you want to fucking do this. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, like and it makes me quite sad for them, honestly. Even if they're making a lot of money. I mean, I guess that makes it a little easier, but I have so many friends that are like, I gotta go out to fucking Harrisburg or some shit. You know, like, and you're like, okay, like, whatever, we all play markets we don't, like, that aren't the hottest towns either. It's just not like I feel like they're out of love with it sometimes, and
Yeah.
it makes me sad for them because they almost feel like they've gone down a road that they can't find an off-ramp for or something like that. And I hope, like, that's very scary to me.
Yeah.
Like, some of these photos, I look at them, I'm like, "Oh, look how young I was," or whatever, and I pretty much look the same,
Yeah.
but I go, "Oh, would this guy be happy now?" Like, with what I've done? I don't know. Like, I think I'm still like, I think I have a lot to be grateful for, but
Well, I mean, look how happy this guy is.
I look good there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that performance shot. That's from Whiplash. That's in 2016. And then the photos, they're like slightly out of order,
Yeah.
but this is
You can
also,
tell because, like, like everyone who moves here, I thinned out because I was walking everywhere, so my face is less jowly in some of the photos. Yeah, that's Arlene's. I can't remember, what show that was, but
yeah,
I
I don't,
still go there sometimes. Yeah, I live close by now, so yeah. Yeah, I live in the East Village now. I'm over 5th and A, and then, like, Arlene's is one of those ones you're like, "This is like what I saw, New York look like in Kevin Smith movies when I was in the '90s." Like, I was just like, "This is cool." Like, their refrigerator for their beer is just a refrigerator. Whenever you like the stupid shit you get, like you're like, "Well, clearly this was a financial decision. They couldn't afford a $25,000 cooler." Like, and they just slapped some stickers on it, and I thought it was fucking badass.
and we have more.
Look at this sassy little guy right here. Yeah.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is more of you at Whiplash. So that's just something that you did often.
Yeah, Jeremy was always really, when he had me on, like, he kept having me on. Like, he was an early champion of me in that sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you always did very well there, and something that's already coming up a lot on the podcast is people, like, doing a couple of years in Atlanta or Chicago and then coming here, and we see what's become a pretty established pattern with you, which is that you do comedy in Portland, and then you come here, and you're really ready to plug in. You've worked out so much, you've toured so much that you're already like, you enter the archives actually at Kabin. It's a photo I guess we're gonna find at some point in the episode. But, you enter on one of the hottest shows in the city
Yeah.
is how you walk into the archives.
Yeah, and I remember that because Sean Patton and I were close. Still, I saw him last night. We remained close. But that was one of those ones, like, when I came into town, I was like, "Alright, I gotta, like" I very much had a playing it timid. Like, get on every show, like, announce yourself. Like, cause like, I remember, like, people would come to Bridgetown, which was a comedy festival in Portland, and, like, from New York or LA or like, or Chicago, and they'd be like, "Oh, I do it there," and I would watch them, I'd be like, "I don't give a." Like, it w I because you always hear, like, the best comics in the world are, in New York or and that's I think that's true, but that doesn't mean you're good just because 'cause you're doing it there, and that's a lot of what I saw,
Yeah.
and I was like, I was fully very much in my head of, like, "Oh, I'm on this level." Like, when I saw what other people were doing and coming in, and I could put the dots together, go, "Yeah, that's not beyond my ability." So I kinda knew, I was like, "Yeah, like, I can do this." Like, so I would, like, when I would decide I was gonna move, I was very much in the place of, like, call everyone text everyone there, and just start getting on shit, and then, like, find every single spot you can. I remember I had dinner with Jared Logan, I was blown away by the amount of, like, he really took the time to, like, write out a bunch of shows and clubs and stuff for me and tell me what it was, and I was like, "Jesus Christ!" Like, he was like, "You can't do it all. Like, there's just too much of it." Like, so pick the ones you wanna do and, like, get there. Yeah.
Jared Logan.
He said, yeah, you must have loads of pictures of him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was such a wonderful, wonderful part of the New York comedy scene at that time.
Yeah.
So funny,
Yeah.
like, let's be clear
Yeah,
that, like,
when he would get animated? Yeah, oh god.
the material was there, the performance was there. I'm not just saying it was great to have Jared around because he was a nice guy,
Yeah.
like, that he was so
Do you
funny.
remember that bit? Because he's from West Virginia?
Yeah.
So he has, like, some rural countryness to him too, and he would be like he would do that bit about his friend. He would go to his friend's house that I think was raised by their grandmother, and he would call her his grandmother his gangy, and she would bring, like those push pops, and he goes, "My gangy's gonna bring us some squeezies." And it was something like that, and then he would talk about how he was raised in, like, a church where they spoke in tongues and shit, yeah, like, and they'd be like, "That's" yeah. Yeah. He did warm up. Oh my god, I forgot about this. He did warm up on the show for, like, Fuse TV, like a clip, like stand-up doing 6, 7 minutes or whatever, and it was, like, going so long, and I had to go up, like, towards the end. It was, Jimmy Tatro was the host, that guy who's, like, in all these, like, he's pretty viral, like, YouTuber, because the idea was, like, YouTube and cable are gonna, like, it was a shit, and Jared at the end, like, had to keep resetting the audience, and then finally in his last one, he goes, "Cock, shit, cunt, pussy, mother," and just walked off stage. And he was like, everyone was over it. Like, he just, "Cock, shit, cunt, pussy, all right, give it up for Caleb signing."
And please look up our friend Jared Logan, he's still performing
Amazing.
today.
Great show Wednesday nights in LA.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
that's with Kara,
Yeah, yeah,
right?
it's called Better Half. I believe it's on Wednesday nights. It's super fun in a cool little bar, and they do it outside, but it's, like, it's great. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, come on, he's getting laughs, and he's not even here right
Yeah,
now.
it's so fucking funny. Because remember when he was on Guy Code?
Oh my god, the guy code of it all,
Yeah.
guy and girl code.
Yeah. Guy Code, like, was like a talking head. Uh, like, they'd give you a prompt, and you'd, like, riff about it, and then it would be, like, guys, like, be like, "Man, bitches," or whatever, and then Jared goes, "I'd be sitting there on a stool all plump."
Wait, did you do guy code?
No. Like, I think that was on its way out when I got here, but it was still a thing, and I think
Right.
the other thing about it was that when an opportunity came, I was really ready to try and fit into it how they wanted me to, as opposed to doing myself in it, so I think I would've sold myself out on Guy Code 11 years ago, or whatever it was when I moved here.
Right.
Like, maybe not sold myself out, but kinda been, like, doing maybe a little more aggro like, something that audience would have wanted, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and now you're just Shane
Well,
Torres.
I think I still would've done my version of it, I guess, but, like, I'm very much like, I have a very loyal following of people that will come to see me anytime I'm in their city, but, like, I do feel like I'm, underexposed a bit. Like in that sense of, I never had a TV show. I haven't had, like, a hot podcast, like, all my stuff has been through stand-up,
Yeah,
which is, like, I guess, I think it's a good thing in a way, but I need to have other avenues to find people. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, you have a podcast right now.
Right now, and it's growing and it's doing well, but I haven't had a major success. Like I never got SNL. I haven't done SNL. I didn't do, like, I didn't have, like, some hit podcast at some point. I didn't have a sitcom. I never was like, I haven't had a TV show. Everything has been, like, legging it out as a stand-up, and
Yeah.
people have rooted for me and cheered for me and helped me. But, like, I haven't had one of these things where, like, a bigger platform that I have launched my stand-up off of even more yet.
Before Comedy Central scaled back, did you
I did
do
a half hour,
did
yeah,
a yeah.
but it was right at the end. Like, there was one more half hour on broadcast, one more batch of half hours on broadcast right after me, and that was it. They aired it once at midnight on a Friday, you know what I mean? Like, it was a path for sure, and I was happy to have it, and I love those people for giving it to me, but I think it was the beginning of the end at Comedy Central for those kind of things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which makes me sad 'cause, I mean, I watched so much stand-up on it, and there was so much television that I enjoyed. Like, their library is remarkable.
Yeah, I mean, I think a huge portion of the book is just gonna be people talking about what side of the Comedy Central continuum they landed on career-wise, right? Because we have people who got big opportunities, through them
Mhm.
up until the pandemic, right? And there's people who got a really secure footing because they went up through that system and they were fine to sort of pivot to YouTube or whatever. And it's like, that option is no longer available.
Yeah, there's, like, less of an academy or place to kinda, like,
Yeah.
train yourself up a little bit.
Yeah.
Um, if there was a way to do this correctly, everyone would know how to do this, like, to make it in comedy, but there's not. There's, like, only your path, and there's only your space to, like, to make, and that's fully up to you. And, some people launched off of those things, and have done well because of it, and then some people also got them when it was still, like, a very valuable, high profile, like, you're gonna be in Variety, and you're gonna be getting on all these showcases and these you're gonna be up for parts now because you got this, and did nothing. So, like, I think maybe the strength of that brand had Comedy Central had, like, maybe dissipated a touch by the time I got it, but I'm eternally grateful for it,
Yeah.
and they were, like, very high on me. They gave me some good opportunities, like, I pitched them a web series that I thought they were really going to, and I think they actually did like the idea a lot. We just didn't execute it well, you know? I was very much in this place of, like, I wasn't gonna shove my opinions down people's throats, like, about how to make this stuff because I was just kinda happy to have an opportunity. Like, I didn't know how much I was supposed to lean in and be like, "No, we do it like I wanna do it like this. I don't like this,"
Right.
and even when I pitched shows that, like, I pitched a show, and the first pitch, I'd almost in the meeting with my partner that I wrote the show with, we almost said I almost said nothing the whole time, and I didn't know, like, I wasn't prepared for it. Like, again, this is, like, the business thing of, like, I wasn't around it, and nobody had walked me through it. Same thing when I did JFL, like, I did a new unwrapped New Faces from Portland, Oregon. I knew no one, like, I
Wow.
had no idea, and I got it on my first try, which I guess no one does. Oh,
No.
yeah. So that should let you know how good I am. So but I was like I was lost, like, I was very overwhelmed by all of it. I had no one guiding me through it. And then at the same time, my best friend, and still best friend to this day, we were living together in Portland. He got repped New Faces, and we went together, and his thing, like, he had his manager there, and, oh, he believed that killing on stage would keep getting him opportunities. And
Yeah.
and it still does, like, truly. But it doesn't mean you get a TV show. Like, it can get you there, but, like, there's still it's a different kind of hard you need to learn how to do the other thing as well as you do stand-up now.
Yeah.
Like and I still believe that. I think and I like I said earlier, I really do think because I work hard at stand-up and people can trust me, that's why I still stay working and stay busy as a person.
Yeah.
Uh, but I should have also taken the time to be like, if you want another opportunity, like a bigger thing that would help explode your stand-up, whether it's a sitcom or like you need to learn to do that as well, and that's hard. Like, yeah, and there's only so much time in a day.
I mean, I'm getting emotional, because you and I, when we met, we were just instantly peas and
Yeah, because we
carrots.
were both from the South and, like,
It
yeah,
was
yeah.
just it was
Up here in Yankee territory behind enemy lines. Just
immediate.
Mhm.
But I think also that worker mindset is also probably a big part of it. And in a lot of ways, getting this studio is the best, most wonderful thing I ever did.
Mhm.
But in a lot of ways, it's the worst because I have had that mindset of all that matters is that when I go in there today, I do better than I did the last time I
For
went in
fucking
there.
sure, yeah.
And all that matters is the person that comes to see me today. All that matters is that I show up rested, they get the best of me, I'm prepared, and I work. For the 4 hours that I have them here, everything is about them and for them and with them.
They've paid for your time, give it to them.
Yet
Yes, like, don't give them your time, give them the quality of your time. Yeah, like
and, like, throw, like, everything I have into meeting whatever it is they need.
yeah.
And I ran it we went to dinner last night, and, I ran into, an old friend, and the place we went to dinner was, like, the opposite way that I walk home, and he said, "Oh, I thought you had left because I don't see you around anymore." And I was like, "Oh, no, no, no. I'm in a loop. I'm in a loop. I go to the studio, then I go home and I edit what I shot at the studio, and then I go back to the studio, and then I go back home and edit, and so if you're not on my loop, you know, I don't run into you."
Yeah, you're yeah.
And, like, but, like, that thing of, like, I think it's, like, maybe an early career mindset of, like, I'm just gonna work so hard at getting good, and then things will just come to me.
Yeah, and that's not the
And
ca
that's
you
yeah.
have to have the skill set, but you also have to be driving the business side of your yeah, and I'm learning that more, and I think I don't think I'm too old to do that, like, to accomplish things or anything like that, like, I don't think that's a thing anymore.
No.
Yeah, but these guys who and gals that are blowing up off of TikTok and Instagram and social media stuff right now, they're very good at the internet.
Right.
Yeah, and they're, like, really getting a lot of opportunity, and good for them, like, that's a job and a skill, like, I used to fully bitch about it and hate it, and I kinda still do, but I can't deny that they are impressive at that side of,
Yeah.
the business. I think some of them will meet the opportunity with their ability, and some won't when it comes to, like, proof is in the pudding on stage or TV show or whatever, and but that's always been the case, this is just a new variance of it,
Right.
like, it's not like people I thought were hacks didn't get opportunities before. Yeah,
That's such a great point.
like, so it's just a different way, and I put my work in. There's no line, like, there isn't. There's no, "You're next." That's not how this goes, you know? It's all about shoving your way into the gate, and there's different ways to do it. And you can always do it, like, ethically. Like, you can always do it as a good person, like, I don't need to wait or hold anybody's cup. So you gotta figure out how to do it in a way that, like, you're comfortable maneuvering, And some people get to the front and they shut the door behind them, and they suck. And some people open that door and then say, "Hey, why don't you put another one in?" And some people put the door in themselves, like, so there's a space for all of it. And you're learning as you go. Like, you learn how to operate as you go. So I'm learning this is like, this is the new thing I'm gonna go. Like, here's the thing, once I understand and start getting more of this, like, social media, like, identity done online, I think the quality of my work will, like, catapult. I'm not worried about that. Like, yeah, like, and then I think, well, they'll come see me and they'll be like, it's even better in person. Like, that's what I believe. Like, I think
Right.
the other way, because, like, I know it. Some people who have blown up who are very good at the internet go to clubs and the club goes, last week. And I go, how was it? They go, "Yeah, sold out every show." And I go, well, how was it? And they go, you know, it'll downgrade. Like, maybe they'll get another cycle of people coming through, but that'll drop, or they'll figure out the way to do it. Some people will meet it.
The only thing that upsets me about it is, like, I was around for a moment in comedy where it was difficult to get people to come to a comedy show, And the reason why it was difficult is that uh, poor quality of stand-up, the aftertaste of it was still fresh in people's minds. This was, like, the early 2000s, and you really did have to work to explain to people, "Hey, this show you're coming to is, like, it's gonna be well written, and nobody's gonna make fun of you," and it's like, like, it was, like, such an uphill climb to get butts in seats, and, like, I remember it. Like,
I remember it in Portland. Now people show up, which is not, but
yeah, but so if I hear somebody selling out a club and they did very poorly, I'm thinking of, "Oh, well, now there's a whole room of people that when they hear the word comedy, they think about that terrible show they saw, and my client who's gonna be in that city a month later may have trouble
yeah,
selling
yeah.
tickets because right? And
Well, they had a horrible time at a club. Like
yeah.
they might be like, I can't even go back to that business. Like
And that, like, at scale, I would say that's the only thing that I do think you should have, like, a little bit of a moment where you ask yourself, like, "Should I be touring?" Like, because like,
yes,
it
but like
does hurt you actually do hurt other people and other people's careers when you careen around like that.
yeah, I think
Is
it
that
can be.
mean?
No, no, I think it can be reckless, I think it can't,
Great word.
but also, I don't begrudge anyone for taking that opportunity, like, they have this, like, chance in front of you can't ask someone to be like, "Well, you're gonna sell at a club at $35 a ticket for 8 shows, you're gonna make 40 grand this weekend." Like, I get,
Right.
like,
Of
it doesn't
course,
matter
they'll
what
do
age.
it.
Yeah, yeah, it's a rid and you've earned it, like, you've earned the opportunity, it's what you're supposed to do with it is different, but I also think that some of these comedians who I may really detest their act or whatever, but they're blowing up, and I can hope they are an entry point for the people who like their comedy to go like, "Oh, I wonder what else they like." Like, I wonder, like, we're close to the same age, I think, like, Nirvana was, like, an eye-opening thing that was on public radio, like, everyone listened to it, right? And then it was this entry point to Jawbreaker for me and all these other bands. So, like, some popular comedy, has the potential to do that. Like, some bigger comics can put people, like, show, like, and you can find more and more and find the artists you want. I do worry that that's much harder with this, like, Spotify "What's your top song" kinda like, nobody digs as deep as they used to.
Yeah.
But I do think there is a place for it, and I do think people are finding comedy now in ways they never have before, like, closer to like they are to I was talking to this big agent, and I was worried about the bubble of it, and he 'cause I was like, "There's like 25 arena acts, how long can this last?" And he goes, "People are finding comedy like they never have before, which is like their comic." Like, and I think that's true. It's about being the comic that gets out there in front of people, like, I went to see this band I love called, Diarrhea Planet, and, they rule. They're so great.
Easy to Google.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You'd love they're from
Really?
Tennessee, they fucking kick so much ass. Yeah, it's like 5 guitars on stage, and they're like they'll, like, lean with their backs up against one another and solo, and they're like it's very they know that it's goofy, like, they're awesome, like, good Southern guys that kick ass, yeah.
Ah, I'll go
Um,
see him.
yeah, but I was walking through there, and I was at another show with my girlfriend, like, 2 days before, and I go, "If I don't get recognized at these shows, I'm really underserving myself so much." Like, I like, 'cause this is the place this is the audience I need to this is the kind of people I have, like, that like the same stuff, and I do get, like, recognized in these kind of things, and people, like, shake my hand, like, "These are the kind," and that's my favorite thing, and I've said this 1,000 times. When I go to see a piece of art or something I enjoy, and people there are like, "Oh my god, Jane Torres, say hi," and, like, it means I'm making it right. Like, that means you're doing the right work. In my head, I go like, "I am not getting my message out because it's not the work." Like,
Right.
yeah. So it's not I don't believe it's the quality of my work that is like I don't think any of these people would have seen it and gone like, "Nah, this sucks." In a I mean, sure, some would, but in that point of, like, there were 1,000 people here, and I go, "These people should know who I am because, like, we're all here doing the same thing, seeing a band called Diarrhea Planet." You know, like, we probably have similar taste in a lot of ways. You know, so my point being, like, I'm feeling like I'm underexposed.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I had to figure out how to do that, and that's a good thing, you know,
Well,
like, it's a lesson, yeah, but, you know, I got rock-ig-nized a few times, that's what I call it at concerts, getting rock-ig-nized. No,
rock-ig-nized.
yeah, my friend John C., he plays in that band Lucero. Yeah, yeah, he goes, "You got rock-ig-nized." And he also has the best thing, he says the best thing ever whenever he says goodbye to someone, he goes, "Just remember, John C. loves you, and there's nothing you can do about it."
It tracks that you and people from Lucero are friends.
For sure.
You're absolutely right about this.
Yeah, so, like, I
Yeah.
gotta find more of that, you know, like,
Yeah.
or show them, people more of me in those space, like, that are in those spaces,
Yeah.
because I think they'll be like, "Yeah, man, this guy's like." I mean, obviously some won't, but that's where I need to be finding
Yeah.
an audience, yeah.
I mean, I think the fact that you're doing Edinburgh and you're doing a show that's slightly different from a straight stand-up and is a little more personal, and the fact that you have that going on, and then you also have your own podcast going on as well, I think, like, you're doing it.
I'm getting there, yeah,
Yeah.
and it's more getting it out there. Like, I think I've
Right.
always been doing it, but I gotta, like, find a way to get people to pay attention to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, look at all these pictures.
Yeah. So, I mean, let's see. We're still in, this is not early days in your career. This is early days of you in New York. This is you at Union Hall.
Yeah, what is that?
Um,
That's gotta be at least a year later, right?
yeah, so that's 2018,
Yeah.
which doesn't feel right that in the timeline. Because this is, I think the photos are out of order because this is me and you
Atlanta.
in Atlanta for Red Clay Comedy Festival. And when I say that me and Shane were peas and carrots just right away, it's like we met and then we went to uh, Atlanta for this festival.
Mike
And we,
Albanese the yeah.
yeah, and we got to hang out in Atlanta. That was like,
It was a Do you remember this right before you took these pictures? Because this was in the backyard of that house that
yeah,
they'd rented. Uh,
this is 2015, by the
yeah.
way.
Mike's sister, we were all sitting down having, like, there was, like, a barbecue or something, there was people had food, and Mike's sister, we were all sitting on the grass, and Mike's sister sat on a pile of dog shit. Do you remember that? She
I
got
forgot.
she is, like, so beautiful, like, she's like a model, and she sat in a big old pile of shit, and she, like, was very, like, charming about it, like, but you had to go just wash her ass, like, and then you were like, "Shane, come take pictures." Yeah.
And then we take these like dreamy
Yeah,
outdoor
this
photos.
is very look at how, like, fuckable I am in this photo, like, yeah, yeah, God, this is I look like a heavy surfer. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Listen, I mean, there's a whole alternative life I could have had, which would have been Southern rock and roll
Oh
photographer,
my God, you would've yeah,
right? Like, if I had stayed in Alabama,
yeah.
like
You'd be
100%.
living at like, at the Shoals or whatever, and yeah. Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah.
And it's funny you say that. Fine, I'm with Shane Torres. I'll take a detour. Okay, go and look. I have not participated in the website Twitter for many years, but Lee Yuan, will you Google if you can find this? Okay, search with reservation Alabama shakes and see if you can find this because this is how that alternative life could have, would have,
Yeah.
should have. I don't know. Uh, I did. I started out in music, and I haven't figured out how we're gonna have my friend Reverend Vince on because his earliest archives are film, and that's gonna involve. It's gonna be
The guy who
like
does the show at Union Hall?
Union Pool.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
he's
He rolled.
incredible.
He rules.
He's so cool, and I documented him from the year 2000, like, onwards, but the first, like, 6 years of his archive are film, and, I mean, I have to, like, scan those photos, so, like, Reverend Vince, your invitation to appear on the podcast is forthcoming, but I started out in music, and I would have this, like, sixth sense about, like, what was gonna hit. Like, I would have,
Yeah,
like,
good taste.
I would have, like, a feeling about a band. There's a whole story about Interpol and how I called that early. But, the Alabama Shakes, uh, I was really depressed at my day job. And sometimes I would get so achingly homesick and, like, stressed out at work, and I would just, like, put music on to, like, try and feel a sense of home and feel better. So one day on YouTube, I search Muscle Shoals Swampers,
Okay, yeah.
and then I think something about home. I, like, plugged into YouTube,
Yeah.
and I was looking for, like, old behind the scenes footage of, like, the Swampers or something, and up comes this video that at the time that
And
I
then are
saw
these
it,
people gonna know who the Swampers are?
I mean, you know
They're
what?
session musicians. Yeah, yeah.
Talk about trying to, like,
Yeah.
align
They're
with
session musicians from the, like, Muscle Shoals Sound Studio, which is a historically significant recording studio where,
Rolos.
Wild Horses was, like, part of that was recorded there, like, Pulse, the co part of Kodachrome was recorded, like, there's, like, a bunch of crazy shit has happened in the studio. Yeah, so and the Swampers are musicians that live in the area that have played there a million times, and they're like, "We got a guy," and they just come in and they do the job.
Yeah, incredible, incredible. So, I'm wanting to hear music of home. I find this video. At the time that I found it, 161 views. And it is this band, and they're in a record store, and the name of the video series is Live at the Shoals, and it is this band called the Alabama Shakes doing a live in this record store. I mean, it wasn't live, it was a video. It's them doing "Hold On," which would become a huge,
Enormous, enormous.
enormous hit. I posted on Twitter. It'll be from 2010, but we do have a timestamp somewhere on Twitter,
That where you, like
that I was like, "Alabama Shakes, man, Alabama Shakes." But I will tell you this, no one on Twitter paid it attention. At the time, I think it had 4 likes, but my friends, had seen me be right about music before, and, I, like, had I as when I heard that song and I, like, replayed it and replayed it and replayed it, and I was, like, sending the link around to my friends, and the Alabama Shakes were gonna be at Mercury Lounge,
Yeah,
and so my friends were like,
it said go.
if Mindy's calling the band, we gotta go," and it was, like, in a day or 2,
Yeah.
basically. It was, like, in a short period of time, they were gonna be at Mercury Lounge, and so my friends came, and we were, like, front row of the Alabama Shakes at Mercury Lounge, and they were obviously incredible.
Blistering, I'm sure, yeah.
Yeah, but I also was, like, a little, like, I'm not living the life that I should be living because, like, how is this band from Alabama, right? And I'm not photographing them, and I'm not on some kinda list of, like, Southern artistic matchups or something, and it was a little bit like, you know
I know what you mean. You're like, "Oh, I coulda" yeah, but you made a choice. Like, you very well could have been, like, thinking of this invertedly and what like I understand what you're saying.
Yeah,
Uh,
but I did take a few photos that night.
yeah, but,
Yeah.
like, uh, you can get melancholy for something that never happened yeah, yeah,
Right?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm like, how do I get to the point where they fly me home? Like the proverbial they.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
How can I get flown home whenever some stuff's gonna pop off with an Alabama artist? I want I wanna go home, I wanna see my mom and dad,
You see your folks.
pop in a photo shoot.
Yeah, do a shoot in an amphitheater, yeah, and, have 2 beers and fly back to New York and do your podcast. Yeah, yeah, of course why can't you have that life? Yeah,
Can I have a pony?
yeah. You should rename this podcast that.
Yeah, we do need a better name for the
What is it
podcast.
called?
It's called Mindy's Comedy Archives, but that's pretty boring.
I don't know, I don't dislike it, but I get why you want
No,
like, it is, it doesn't pop exactly,
no, it doesn't.
like
You guys comment below
but they might call it MCA, like, if it becomes very popular,
Yeah,
they just shorten it to MCA.
yeah,
Did you hear it's on MCA this week?
yeah.
Marin's left a hole that needs to be filled, and I think MCA might be WTF? I say MCA.
Oh, I'm sure he'll love hearing that.
Yeah, sure, yeah, yeah.
Mark,
You should have him in.
I would love to. He has a kind of a crazy amount of photos in the archives.
Sure.
For not being based in New York, he's in the like 3 or 400 photos.
Who'd always be doing other shows and stuff. You know, like when he even was coming to do the Beacon or whatever, you know, like he was like a guy who was like, I gotta go do more spot. Like I'd always see him at others, like
Yeah.
Whiplash or whatever shit.
Yeah, he did Whiplash a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. And speaking of Whiplash, the next photo is you at Whiplash.
Touching a wall.
Okay, so when I think about photo series, I actually was noticing this in the poll.
Yeah.
You touching walls.
Yeah, I do that a lot.
Yeah, I think we could have a little photo cut of that.
Yeah, do that. That's
And then this is you at the
Bell
Bell
House. That's
House.
50, yeah.
Yeah, this is a 51st Jokes. So, I mean, you come to the city, you're on all the big shows right away. You're on Whiplash,
Yeah.
you're on Kabin.
Yeah, I get on Knitting Factory. I get on like I start to move a little bit and then yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. And
Me
then
and Ro. Oh my
Yoo-hoo and
goodness.
Roho. He's just the best. What a ray of sunshine.
Yeah. It permeates out of him.
Yeah. And then this is yeah, I don't know how I got the photos out of order, but I sure did do it because this is another 51st Jokes. But then look at this. This is you in a different outfit at a 51st Joke,
Yeah, so those had to be different ones, right? Yeah.
right?
Yeah, unless
So,
I don't think I ever did an outfit change in the middle of a show.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then the next photo.
That's Ian. This is who the story I told earlier about him doing Repped, New Faces, and Unwrapped. Carmel and I lived together in Portland, so that was me and him. Yeah.
Yeah.
These are
Such a
crazy.
sweetie.
Yeah.
He's so great.
And now he's got like, you know, he's done insanely well.
So this is the problem. These two photos are not good, but they are actually the first photos that I took of Shane.
Really?
These are, so I'm going to give them to you. I'm going to give them to you to jog your memory, but we're not going to put them on the tray because we're going to basically exclude them from the archives. But this is actually in my records. This is the first photo that I took of you because
In Atlanta?
No, it is so it's June 11th, 2015, CSL Marathon. This is when Kabin had we always called it Kabin, but the
Yeah.
actual name of the show
Comedy
was,
is a second language, yeah.
yeah. So they had moved from Kabin. Kabin had closed. This was at Lit. And this was the comedy marathon. And I can tell you right now that that show was hot. It was in a basement. It was a marathon show. There was no time in between comedians. And they didn't save like a proper seat for me, which meant that I was in this like corner, and I sometimes would like get stuck. So it is the most unflattering angle I've ever
Taking
shot
shots.
of you.
You have good like some of these kids take shots. It's all they can do is shoot me from below my neck. Yeah. And I'm like, who told you to put this on the internet?
I care so much about like making people look good.
You do a good job.
But this specific night, there were just some structural things that were like working against me with like how that
Yeah.
room and that stage was set up. So it is a bummer that like you're like entry into the archives
Look
are
at this thing. It's not good. This one is like okay. But this one is just like I look like I'm stroking. This one is crazy.
I'm really sorry.
And I think I was drinking. I must have been drinking a lot because look how boozy my face is. You know, like
You look like a drunk Pentecostal preacher.
I do. Yeah. And in this one, Brooks and I look great, and I'm next to a really handsome guy. You
Yeah.
know?
So this
That was like
is
a year later.
Yeah, this is a year later. This is hanging out after Whiplash. Yeah, and then this photo is also not a good photo of you And this was taken at Eric Bergstrom. We did a benefit show for him. It's like 100 one-liners.
Yeah.
And this, I had 60 seconds to get a photo. And also, same thing, I couldn't move around the room.
That was at the Old Creek, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I couldn't move around the room. There wasn't time for that. It was kinda like you kinda have to, like, shoot it from one place and, like, take your chances. So I'm also gonna exclude this one from the poll.
Me and Kendall.
But I do wanna say Shane was there. This was a very special night. It's already come up in the podcast a lot, because we had so many comedians on
Yeah.
that show.
101 line. No, yeah.
Yeah, it was a great
Peggy, was it Peggy that organized it?
I feel like it was her and Rebecca.
Yeah.
I do, yeah,
Yeah. And now she's like a mortician or something down in Philly.
down in Philly.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's doing great.
Yeah, I
Oh,
miss her.
she's the best.
Yeah, miss her very much.
Look at all these pictures.
Yeah, so we kinda got a lot. Let's see,
Me and Kendall,
this
yeah.
is you and Kendall.
That's, gotta be the Bell House.
Yeah, and this is, like, way ahead of time, so I'm just gonna stick it over here. Again, terrible job on sequencing, Mindy Lou.
I like
And
that.
let's
That's
see.
good God.
Yeah, so this is Good God. This is a great show that you did at, so it's you, Phoebe Bottoms,
Tom Takar and Caitlin Cook.
and Caitlin Cook. This is at the Sultan Room.
Yeah.
And somehow we've skipped ahead to 2019, and I can't tell if that's because of the poll or if you toured a lot in.
Probably both. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. Like, I mean, I was gone a lot.
Yeah.
But we sold that show. I shot my special there. Later, we started that show pre-COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it had gone for maybe 6 months to a year, I think.
Okay.
And then COVID hit, and then we were trying to do it online and all that stuff. That was so fun. Yeah.
Yeah, so we kinda have a bunch of pictures here. This is you at yet another 51st Jokes.
I like a party.
Yeah,
Oh, that's I
and
brought. I think Sachi was. I think she'd announced she was pregnant.
I think so.
Yeah, that's why I brought her flowers.
Yeah, and look at you. How cute is that?
That is a good one. Who is that's me and Sheen, and who's the? Oh, that's oh my God, Choxy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's a good one.
Yeah, so we're definitely not gonna make it through all of these photos. I'm kinda like at the last minute, I'm like, "Oh, can I get us up to the
Jump us up.
pandemic?"
Yeah, jump us. Yeah.
I think, like, can I get us up to, uh so I regularly shot this show
Yeah. Yeah. God.
at the Sultan Room, and it was such a joy to do. And so here we just have, yeah, this is 2019 at a
J
51st
Pod.
joke.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is you in 2019. This is at Jeremy Levenbach's wedding.
Which I was a groomsman.
Yes, that was so fun. And so it's like it feels like
Could really tell who the comedian. Like that's what happens at comedy weddings. Is like when they marry a non-comedy person, you can really, really tell who's with what side, because every comic is like fucking stuffing themselves into a communion suit, and like, oh my God,
yeah, we got a lot of good ones at that wedding.
this is a great one. This group shot is amazing.
Yeah.
I love that tie.
I feel good about that.
These are incredible, man.
Thank you. Yeah, I love that we have, like, you and Sean Patton at that wedding, and I just love in the archives too, it just shows, like,
These are
you know
bananas.
yeah. Alright, so we have more Jeremy pictures.
Like that. Yeah. This is Irene Morales's. I'm wearing Irene Morales's hoodie. It was her merch because it was a popcorn salt. Like it just it was potato with salt was like a thing she.
Oh my goodness.
Look at that. These are amazing.
Yeah.
This is a good one. This is just a good one.
Yeah, that was I really enjoyed doing that regular show, getting to see you so often.
It was a nice thing. Like I did the social side of it is, yeah,
And then your headshot session was before the pandemic, right?
I think so.
Okay.
This one
So
of me and Caitlin I like. That's this
I made you look like a psychic.
Yeah, well, fucking somebody told me I look like I host a ghost hunting show.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Made
because of the fingers up, yeah.
yeah, made you into a
These are great. I
mentalist.
remember these, yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
I just look very, I think I look very Southern in these
Yeah.
some of these.
Like, this, feel like, is a Christmas show that's before the pandemic.
Well, I feel like was this a Good God?
This is December of 2019. It's pre-pandemic,
And it is a Good God. Yeah, yeah.
and we're at the Sultan Room, and, like, then we have this picture from 2017 of you and Jeremy. So I think we've gotten to sort of a stopping place. We're gonna kinda stop at, like, the pandemic,
Okay.
and the next time we have you, it'll be
Yeah.
we'll hear about your Edinburgh run,
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
and we'll hear about because this is the thing, is this box is all post-pandemic.
That's crazy. Who has the most photos?
It's, Leo Allen,
Okay.
host of Whiplash,
Yeah,
is in the thousands.
yeah.
Leo, you gotta come in, sorry. Yeah, there's several people who are in the thousands. But I do think that it's not surprising that even though those opportunities vanished with the pandemic, here you are, you're headed into an hour-long show. You have a podcast, you've kept it moving, and opportunities do come along
I
again.
still get some shots, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and so I'm excited about this next year for you.
Thank you. I missed you. It's nice to be here.
Yeah.
Let's put this one here at the end. It's just that one.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. That wasn't even during COVID. Man, that's so funny. I love you.
I'm taking pictures of you. I'm taking pictures of everything. A woman likes to roam.